So I believe it was like a week or a couple of weeks ago, the New York Times came out with an article, basically said that Hasan Piker has like the physique of a MAGA dude in a progressive body or some shit like that, and it ended up changing the title because it in a way glazed a lot of the MAGA conservatives. So I believe they changed it to progressive body. Progressive guy stuck in a manosphere body or some bullshit, right? Because New York Times actually made the MAGA people look good. Now, here's the thing. Conservatives are more traditional. The thing is that I think working out is not like a bad thing. And I believe there was an article, I forgot who it was, that basically said that working out is considered like white supremacy, right? It was wild. Like if you work out and you're staying fit is actually a sign of a white supremacy, and which is crazy. So here's an article that comes to us from the Daily Mail. What the New York Times didn't tell you about influencer Hasan Piker in fawning feature omitting his trail of toxicity. Now here's the thing. I believe Hasan Piker also went to like a brothel of overseas that had underage people. That's what I heard. Allegedly, he did that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but that's what I heard. But Hasan basically is not looking so well is because I believe there's like a stream yesterday, a couple of days ago, he basically glazed the Houthi terrorists, which is wild, and basically had him on his channel and say that how much he supports them. And then one guy in his chat basically said, hey, do you actually support the Houthi terrorists? And he said he does. And the fact that you cannot report him for terrorism is absolutely wild. I wonder what Jeff Bezos is going to say. And like, we need to hear something from Dan Clancy. I think Dan Clancy needs to say something about this. It's because Dan Clancy and Hasan Piker are basically butt buddies at this point. And they basically like sucking each other's dicks and stuff like that, which is wild. And they need some explaining. Influencer Hasan Piker, dubbed the Joe Rogan of the left and woke bae, received a glowing feature in the New York Times last week. The venerable newspaper described the 33-year-old as a very handsome man with socialist politics, a potential antidote to far-right streamers winning over young men. Now, there are a lot of far-right streamers. I'm not sure if Sneeko is considered one of them. Kanye West, for some reason, is back in the news now. Maybe the Manosphere stuff, the whatever podcast, and a bunch of other people. But the thing is, they also the only person that Hasan Piker is actually extremely worried about is Asmongold, which is absolutely funny, is because Asmongold does not have the same type of following that Hasan Piker does in terms of politics, right? Because Asmongold plays more games. He's more of a gamer than he is about, being a political commentator. But I believe that Hasan is legit, like, just watching and reacting to everything that Asmongold is saying and doing. He's basically living rent-free in Hasan's head, right? But the Times left out a litany of Piker's shocking statements and controversies and scrambled to quietly edit the story after publication. Yes, we do know that. I believe Hasan had a thing several years back where he basically talked about, how to like pick up girls. He's basically like, he was like a womanizer back in the day. He basically isn't now, but he was like a hardcore womanizer. There was a bunch of videos of how to pick up women and just sort of cringe, but it is what it is, right? Piker, who has 4.5 million followers on streaming sites Twitch and YouTube, has called Miley Cyrus a little slut and joked about pedophilia, told his fans to kill Rick Scott, the Florida senator, allegedly harangued his ex is I'm not sure how I'm retarded. I'm only good at math. His ex, with calls to the police, owns a swastika sword, gloated over support for terror groups including Hamas, and blamed Israel for Hamas murderous October 7, 2023 terror attack. Wait, what? He blamed Israel for Hamas's actions? That's stupid. And the swastika sword, this is retarded. If you guys don't know, This is Ichigo's Bankai. It's basically his Bankai sword, right? And the basically the hilt of the sword, it basically has like it looks like a swastika symbol basically in some way, and someone took a picture with it. They're fucking stupid, okay? Calling it a swastika sword is fucking retarded. It's from Bleach. It's Kurosaki Ichigo's Bankai form. That's a sword. And it's not like, here's the thing. If you rotate the swastika like 45 degrees, it's basically the sign for like Buddhism and shit like that. It's fucking it's a sign that that Buddha and people who believes in Buddhists uses, which is wild. The Times profile of the left-wing influencer focused on his liberal credentials and a glowing description of his appearance: 6'4" and built like a professional athlete with a square jaw and a beard and a head of thick dark hair. Man, it sounds like New York Times is having sex with Hasan Piker. The paper alluded to his past controversial and including the 2019 comment America deserved the 9/11 terror attacks, but added that Piker blocks commenters for what he sees as overt hate speech on his stream. But in the feature, the Times included a photo showing his computer screen in the background, in which the commenter could be seen writing, "I'd fuck this, I don't fuck bitch to death and make his mother shove missiles up her ass. Pussy ass bitches," referring to a soldier in the Israel Defense Forces. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. When readers spotted the comment, the Times quietly cropped out the photo and changed the headline from "Progressive Mind in a MAGA Body" to "Progressive Mind in a Body Made for the Manosphere." Of course, New York Times is extremely... The publication is trash anyways, right? This is wild. Yet they failed to add any of Piker's most controversial comments, including that one that landed him a temporary Twitch ban just a month earlier. Remember, just 1 day. 1 day ban. That's it. Nothing else, okay? People have done much less and have received a much longer ban than Hasan Piker. That's the reason why we all know that Twitch plays favoritism, especially to terrorist sympathizers, which is absolutely insane. On the stream, February 28th, he showed a CNN interview about potential cuts to government-funded healthcare, then repeatedly told his followers, if you cared about Medicare fraud and Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. I remember talking about that. He got banned, and I made a video about it on Project Agro, and a lot of the Hasan basically dick suckers and cock riders came in and says, he didn't say anything wrong, Hasan didn't do anything wrong, free Hasan. And then once he got unbanned after a day, they all came back and said, haha, told you he got... Look, calling death threats to a sitting senator, and he said that he would probably do this to, like, he would probably say, the fact that he won't say it to Donald Trump is basically very, very telling, is because he would never do that, because of course Secret Service would be right on his asshole. Let's see, the Times presented the influencer as more of a wholesome, liberal alternative to far-right figures that have gained large followings among young men. And the thing is, a lot of young men came out and voted for Trump this time around, and a lot of people who are Gen Xers also did that too. Some, like Andrew Tate, are accused of glorifying the degradation of abuse of women, but Piker has made his own deeply unsavory comments about women. In one video, he joked about pedophilia with the phrase, old enough to count. That's a big yikes. That is a big yikes. Holy crap. That's wild, man. That's old enough to count, old enough to mount. Oh my, suggesting with sick humor that a child who can count is old enough to have sex. There's a video of it. Hold on. Where's the actual audio for this? Oh, here it is.
That the sound worked on. Some of it's pretty funny, actually. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. I'm Hasan Piker.
You remember this video, Hasan? This is some good shit that you did.
Really, nigga?
Back when you were building Twitch on your own as its own streaming political platform. Remember when you were working on this stuff?
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is Bro Tip. This week's Bro Tip is about...
See, this is the bro tip. Remember the thing I talked about? He was basically making videos about him, basically how to pick up women and stuff like that. Yeah, this is fucking... And this is when he was sort of fat back in the day, too.
Bringing out the alpha male in you. A few things to consider when you're thinking about Lady Gaga as a top contender for Babe of the Week should be the fact that she might have a... The fact that Lady Gaga might have a small p does absolutely terrify me. Here's why the 5-second rule works. Because when you start thinking for longer than...
This is why you fucking mauled so hard at that one trans fan in your chat that called you the fuck out for hosting Christian Walker.
5 seconds, you're immediately not thinking with your dick and also thinking with this pesky thing up here that we like to call our brain.
I don't... Man, what a hypocrite.
So once you start thinking with your brain, you're immediately going to psych yourself out. Come back again next week when we discuss the legendary question of all time. Old enough to count, old enough to mount? Question mark?
There it is. There it is. Man, this is crazy, bro. Man, it's like, oh, man. Man, he sort of looked fat there, too, man.
I want to say thank you to Miley
I can see why you wanted those edgy jokes to stay in private, huh?
Cyrus for showing off her camel toe at the VMAs the other night. I always knew Hannah Montana was a little... Don't even try to hide it.
Oh my god, look. Oh my... Fucking crazy. You know, I'm done watching that video. Yeah, man. Oh man, in the same video he added, I always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut after referencing a story about an outfit giving a camel toe to the singer Miley Cyrus, who was played the child star Hannah Montana. Given the fact that he's 33, so yeah, he probably watched a little bit of Hannah Montana growing up. So sort of cringe, sort of yikes, man. Looks like a classic example of what happens when your father doesn't pay you attention. You turn out to be a slut who's craving for attention, and then I tend to pick you up at a bar late night and bang you out on the first date. And this is the male feminist. Okay, remember, we all know what type he is. He is literally a male leftist feminist, and he's one of those guys who would say whatever he can to a girl to get laid. Now, the fact that Hasan Piker is not a bad looking guy, okay, no homo here, but he's not a bad looking guy. He's lost a good amount of weight and he's been working out, okay? So, and he's not an ugly guy like me. I'm butt fucking ugly, man. And for some reason, I still got married, which is crazy. See, I probably tricked my wife or something like that, man. But I basically won the lottery. But when it comes to Hasan, he's not an ugly guy, and these people who are basically watching his streams, anywhere from like 30 to 40,000, or maybe even 15,000, given whatever topic he's talking about. A lot of them seem to be brainwashed, and it doesn't matter what he does, because Hasan Piker can do no wrong in these, I would say, liberal hive mind, infested, I guess you would say, socialist or leftist, right? A lot of them don't care. He can do no wrong. I don't care that's in the past, but he said all of these shit is because if you ask him right now, what do you mean by this? He'll basically say, oh man, that wasn't me. No, that bro actually probably still thinks the same. Bro is basically a frat boy. He's a frat bro. And he would definitely, if he doesn't get canceled at all for it, like our people don't care about it, he'll probably continue saying it. But right now with this whole, he's basically the voice of the leftist regime for young people. And he's extremely, extremely popular. So he can say whatever he wants. Now, if he was an ugly Asian guy like myself, probably get canceled, right? So this is the headline right over here from the New York Times, and it's completely removed now, right? Progressive mind in a mega body, progressive mind in a body made for the manosphere. And right over here, see, he's lost weight. He's not a bad looking dude. He's just fucking insane. See, Piker was accused online of calling police for an unwanted wellness check on his ex-girlfriend, porn star Janice Griffith, after they broke up allegedly because she wasn't returning his calls. Griffith posted about the incident in 2020 on social media site X, writing, "I wasn't suicidal. I did not imply I would take my own life or even harm myself. He called against the advice of my best friend, and he only lived 12 minutes away from me. I called 911 for an overdose before, after actually exhausting all other options. He did not do that. Would you like screenshots of my best friend telling him not to call the police? And him saying he did it anyway," she wrote in a follow-up tweet. "I tried to reach out to him and talk about it, and he didn't answer me for a month and still doesn't want to talk about it. Accountability matters." It seems like this feminist, male feminist is not taking accountability for his stupid actions. But like I said, this is like 5 years ago. He probably doesn't care. The only person that he actually does care about is Asmongold getting better viewership than he does. Oh, I guarantee you that pisses him off so much. That pisses him off so fucking much. When asked on a live stream about why he called the police on his ex, he said, "At the time, I did not know. It's as simple as that. I did not know that there were risks involved with it." When Cosmopolitan magazine wrote a feature about him in 2018, he showed the reporter nudes that female fans have sent him. Why would you do that? Basically, sharing news to a reporter sounds like you are like bragging, "Hey bro, check out these photos I got from fangirls." Yo, yeah, look, I told you, male feminists, okay, says whatever he wants so he can get laid, but it works for him because he can make it work. All right, that was like actually her blowing someone. He reportedly said, scrolling through the images with the journalist, "That's butt stuff, cool." That's your hero, leftists? This is your hero? Man. He later joked about his career ending over the story, though he has since grown his following by hundreds of thousands. The reason why he has is because all the people that love socialism, communism, and hates anything that's Republican or hates anything that's old oligarch Democrat and basically wants like a new wave of extremist leftism, and there's a lot of them, don't get me wrong, they basically found him and they agree with him, and he's like, "Hey man, he's not a bad looking guy. I can see myself having sex with him," right? So they would basically send him nudes. "Hey, notice me, senpai," all that kind of shit, which is, parasocial in both ways, right? See right over here, this is his sorry ass fake apology. "I'm sorry. I'll choose my words more carefully next time and say if Mike Johnson cares about Medicare fraud, since he wants to cut $800 million from Medicaid and Medicare, he'd call for maximum punishment for current Florida GOP Senator, former government Rick Scott, who has done the most Medicare fraud in history." This is basically, he's being facetious, right? When he's trying to apologize. This is not an apology. The reason why he had to apologize is because he needs to get unbanned, right? Because he's losing money. But it doesn't really matter. He was basically banned for a day. In 2021, he caused a stir by posting videos from a strip club and visiting German brothel, which he later framed as sex work advocacy. "I've gone to a brothel, Artemis in Berlin, and had sex with workers there," he said, according to the Vice article from Time. His political statements have also been the source of deep controversy. A staunch Palestine supporter and intense critic of Israel, Piker claimed responsibility when a poll showed 1/3 of the Jewish American teens sympathized with terror organization Hamas, saying, "I did this." He told his fans that blame Hamas for the murderous October 7, 2023 attack lay directly in the hands of Israeli state. So basically, the reason why a bunch of people died that day on October 7th is because Israel allowed it to happen, not Hamas being bad guys. Is this your hero? Leftist extremists? This is absolutely insane. Disgusting. Dismissing rapes by Hamas fighters of Israeli women during the terror attacks, he said, "It doesn't matter if rape happened on October 7th. It doesn't change the dynamic for me." How about you say, rape is bad, but there are much worse things that are happening? Why don't you say that? Because he doesn't care, right? As long as his side is, I guess you quote unquote say, winning, he doesn't fucking care about the shit. The comments were called out by Democrat Congressman Richie Torres, who wrote to Twitch owner Amazon about Piker last month. Hasan Piker, who has described Orthodox Jews as inbred and as a Jewish man, Blurt Dusty Pigs is the anti-Semitic voice of a systematically anti-Semitic platform led by Twitch CEO Dan Clancy. 100%. Like I said, Clancy and Piker, butt buddies. All right, they riding each other's cocks. All right, it's fucking insane. Look at this shit right here. This is the actual stuff. Genuine question: why did you choose to call the cops instead of another type of wellness check? So basically, this is just photos of what we talked about earlier. Piker told NBC News that many of the videos cited in the letter were taken out of context. No, they weren't. If you watch the entire thing, it makes it so much worse. Absolutely crazy. As well as claiming that in 2019 that America deserved 9/11 terror attacks, Piker also joked that Saudi Arabia should be given a nuke so they can do 9/11 part 2. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. You can clearly see that Hamas hates the United States and hates what the United States represents. And I think that Hamas Piker should move to Gaza. He should move to Palestine. He probably will start a revolution over there. Probably better for him to actually go over there, right? He's already sucking the dicks of these Houthi pirates and a bunch of these people. Now here's the thing. I'm not on either side, but Hamas is a terrorist organization. So if they're terrorists, get rid of them. All right? Get rid of these terrorists. Houthi pirates, get rid of them. They are terrorists. I don't care. Hezbollah, get rid of them. Freaking terrorists. It's that simple. How's it that fucking hard? Saying that, yeah, I don't agree with what they're doing, but look, he is basically saying, and a bunch of his ilk are basically saying that what is happening in Palestine right now is basically the same thing as black people. Palestinians are the same as black people because they were the underdogs, right? So of course, someone who is a champagne socialist, extremely rich, lives in a mansion and drives a freaking like fancy ass, I think he drives a Porsche, a very nice Porsche. Yeah, claiming that you love socialism and communism does not bode well for the stuff that you own. You should practice what you preach. But I don't think, food pirates, butt pirates, get rid of them 100%, right? I believe that I saw the Houthi pirate where they basically parachuted onto a ship, and they captured a bunch of Filipinos, which is wild. I like ass pirates if they're women. See, speaking of a Lebanese terror group, Hezbollah, he said, I think it's a resistance group and I don't have an issue with them. right? Remember, at Twitch, it is actually against TOS to be supporting or praising terrorist organizations. And you cannot report him. It's giving you an error. I'm not sure if it's still the same thing, but as of yesterday or earlier today, it was giving the same errors. He's also shown propaganda videos from Yemen terror group, the Houthis, on his channel and conducted an uncritical interview with Yemeni TikToker Rashid Al-Haddad, who posed with Houthi pirates capturing a cargo ship in 2023, nicknaming him Tim Houthi Chalamet over his resemblance to the curly-haired Hollywood star, and he basically called him Luffy. He basically said, you are doing what Luffy from One Piece would do. The streamer, who portrays himself as an anti-fascist, owns a sword with a pattern on the hilt resembling a swastika, which he calls his swastika sword. Now, if you guys are, if you guys don't know, the context, Ichigo Bankai sword. All right, so this is it right over here. So basically, that's the hilt. Get out of here. So basically, this is the sword, the Tensa Zangetsu sword, basically, and it has this symbol over here, right? And basically, people are saying that this is a swastika sword, but it's you could call it whatever you want. People are gonna make something out of nothing, but it is what it is, right? Let's see. An online spat blew up last month among his followers after he gave the sword to a friend who posed for a photo brandishing the weapon while wearing a Palestinian flag sash. But yeah, this guy, is he gonna go to jail? Is he gonna get in trouble? No, he's not. It's because he's rich and he has a lot of followers. I guarantee you, if let's say if Hasan did exactly what Luigi Mangione did to the World Health guy, right? So if he basically did the same thing, people will be praising him for it too, right? And there's a reason why the Luigi Mangione thing, there's a lot of talk about it, and a lot of leftists are talking about it, is because Luigi Mangione, according to these people, is attractive, right? He's a good-looking dude. He's muscular, sort of same build as Hasan. I'm not sure if he's as tall, but thick, bushy eyebrows, scruffy, hairy guy, and that's muscular. So now, if he was a fat, ugly, bald dude, no one would fucking care. But the fact that he is somewhat attractive to these leftists, people are praising him. Like I said, him and Luigi are basically the same type of people, right? I'm doing this for for the betterment of America, yada yada yada. But I don't think that Hasan would have the balls to do something like that, right? I don't think he would, right? Because I just hope that he's somebody like tells him off or humbles him. But I remember watching the debate, a little bit of the debate with Ethan Klein. Like, granted, I don't really like both of them at all. I don't like both of them at all. But I watched the video. I watched several clips and several videos. Hasan literally got destroyed. He was literally crashing out live during the interview. His voice was cracking. It sounded like his balls was about to drop and he was going into puberty. Look, I'm still, I'm still going through puberty as we speak. But yeah, it's man, this article actually tore him apart, and you love to see it.